Yankees Files podcast. We are back. I'm Will Harris. You're Stephen Drew. And the rest of you are fans of the team that still leads the AL East, that is still the best team in the American League per PECOTA, that is still holding on to the second best World Series odds in all of baseball, that is one of just two teams with a run differential of plus 95 or better and leads the AL in run differential. That team, of course, Steve, is the New York Yankees. And they're coming off a 500 week, though you wouldn't know it by the way people are talking about it. And there's plenty to get into on this podcast, as always. Before that, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing all right. Some disappointing games
Sure.
in the last week, no doubt. But even within those disappointing games, there were a lot of really good things. I think there were some anomalous things that happened.
Yep.
And not even all just bad luck. There was some bad luck, but I think just some performance and bad things happened that I don't think are indicative of any larger storyline or any downfall of the team or any such things that if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably also reading on Twitter right now or somewhere in the media sphere that things are dire or something for the Yankees, which there's just no reason to think that. I mean, truly zero reason at this moment in time to think that anything is dire, anything is even that bad. But yeah, the last two games in particular, not fun, frustrating. Not fun. Even within those two games, though, I think the offense did a really great job. And, in game two, they inexplicably kind of made it a game, even though it really shouldn't have been. And then last night, kind of the same thing, where every time you thought it was just going to be a blowout, somehow the Yankees kind of clawed back like every inning, and we're still there. Really, if almost any one pitching performance of anybody that went in there just didn't blow up, that's a game. Yeah. That's a game they might win. So, yeah, unfortunate. How you doing?
It was great to be at the stadium on Friday and see the Yankees get out to that early lead. It was great to see the Jazz and Volpe home runs. I loved seeing Jarren Duran strike out. That was also beautiful. Billy Warren, shout out to you. And it was a really fun time. The other games weren't as fun, but that's okay because I wasn't there. And yeah, I'm doing another podcast from the road, but that just shows how dedicated I am to this and to our listeners. So you're welcome, obviously. You don't have to thank me. It's fine. No, I mean, I think I share your sentiment. It would be nice if the Yankees had played a little bit better over the weekend, but it's fine that they didn't. And everything is going to be fine. And the notion that this series was of special importance is silly because, as you've pointed out, and as many others have pointed out, that's never a narrative that gets applied to series that they win.
Yep.
If they win a big series, it's, October is the only thing that matters. And then if they lose a series that a lot of people care about, it's the end of the world and it's a referendum on the team. And that's a very silly way to approach baseball. And I don't think
we'll discuss.
What the hell happened
to the Mets series?
Exactly.
What the hell happened, man?
If the Yankees had lost the Mets series, it would have been such a big deal.
About it.
Yeah.
It's just
and
nonsense.
I think, to the point that we discussed before we started recording, we won't say too much more on that because people have heard that episode before.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just, if you're listening to this podcast, as you said, you probably don't think about baseball this way. But if you're contemplating thinking about baseball that way, don't. You have 65 games of information about this team, or 55 games, whatever it is, 55.
Yep.
No, 65. 65 games. They're 39-25, so it's 64 games. You have all that information about this baseball team.
Yep.
If you choose to draw conclusions about this baseball team off of 2 or 3 or 6 or 9 games, you're being silly. Use all the information you have. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Steve, there was something I looked up earlier, and I want to know if you can get this.
All right. I'm excited.
Whose stat line is this?
Okay.
111, 250, 133 for a 23 WRC plus.
On the Yankees? On the Yankees. You're not saying I can't. There's no shot. I'm guessing that MLB wide. There's just no way.
Whose stat line is it?
Is it a Yankee?
In a manner of speaking.
I don't know. No, because he had a home run, so it can't be him. In a manner of speaking. that doesn't help anything. I mean, I can't.
This is someone who's been mentioned multiple times on this podcast.
And this is his season stat line.
Correct.
I don't know. I'm sure I'll be annoyed when you tell me, but it's so low and insignificant. There's nothing I can draw from that.
It's Dexter's Peralta.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't spend any more time thinking about
Dexter's Peralta is not having a good year.
I could have sat here for hours and I was not going to get there. Nope.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, whose stat line is this? Since this is a Yankee, and I won't tell you if he joined the Yankees in 2025, joined the Yankees in 2024, or joined the Yankees before that, but these are his stats as a Yankee since the 2024 season started.
This is so he might not be on the team now, is what you're saying.
He's on the team now. I'm just not telling you when he joined the team. Maybe he's been on the team for multiple years. Maybe he was on the team last year. Maybe he's only been on the team this year.
I got you.
I just want to make sure because the stats are starting in 2024.
Okay.
This player is hitting 248, 322, 480 for a 126 WRC plus. Jazz.
Yeah.
I think between the low batting average at the beginning of this year and the injury, people forgot how elite Jazz's body of work as a Yankee is. He has 3.5 Fangraphs WAR in 82 games as a Yankee. He's at an almost 7 WAR per 650 plate appearance pace since joining the Yankees. I think there was some tweet that went viral when the Yankees got him about him not being a needle mover. I forget exactly what the phrasing was.
There was a lot of that being thrown
Jazz
around.
has been incredible. That's also with 20 home runs and 27 stolen bases in 82 games. This is insane.
I know. I think we both had said something, but when he went down and when he came back, when he went down, I said, I don't think people are appreciating enough how much this sucks that Jazz is going down. And then when he came back, I was like, I don't think people are appreciating enough how awesome this is that Jazz is back. Like, this is a really good player. We've been running Oswald Peraza, Yorbit Vivas, and DJ LeMahieu in this infield. And DJ's hit a little better. But that aside, this is huge to get Jazz back. Huge. He does so many things well. Like every aspect of the game. Yeah.
He's been a phenomenal defender as a Yankee. Like
everywhere he's played. Yep.
Come back and played third base well. It's phenomenal. And the cool thing about the Jazz experience for me is, with the exception of his 240 plate appearances in 2022, which, like, this is basically what that looks like. Like, that was peak Jazz. Right. And since becoming a Yankee, he's basically replicated that. Even, like, base Jazz would have been totally fine. Mm-hmm. Would have been a really good player for this team to have. And instead, we are getting the best version of him there's ever been. And I think that rules.
What do you think about his comment? Because, I mean, the whole 70% thing, right? That was being thrown around a lot. I played 70. Because even before that, the day before he made that comment, in an interview, he talked about how he wanted to get back to hitting more singles like he did when he was in the minor leagues, which I was, perks my ears up a little bit in a negative way. But when you really look at what he was doing before, not that he was still a good player before he got hurt, still a good player, but he was whiffing and striking out way more than he ever had. And it was to an extent that it was hurting his overall line because he wasn't making enough contact. And, one day after saying that, he hits a curveball like below the zone 107 to dead center.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm not that, if that's 70% or that's you trying to hit more singles, maybe you didn't need to be doing whatever you were doing. Like, maybe that's plenty. I don't know.
And I think we should keep in mind, this is the same guy who said he wanted to hit more home runs than Aaron Judge.
Indeed.
So, I do think there is an element to Jazz of just, like, saying stuff.
I think he really feels like he can just do every element of baseball if he
And he
wants to.
kind
Like,
of
I mean, he
can.
kind of can. Yeah. Like he can steal bases. He plays really good defense. He can hit for power. He could probably hit for a higher average if he wanted to.
He
I
could
mean,
play a
like,
bunch of different
he
positions.
can play all over he's just like a Swiss Army knife of value.
Yeah.
Like really, he's just very, very good. And
It's so cool.
We're so lucky that was one of the most perfect trades
Yeah.
that the Yankees have made in a while. Not just for what it did for the team last year, which was obviously great, but just for the future. It gave you so much flexibility, and we talked about that all offseason, and it's showing up right now. I mean, it's just extremely useful.
And he's been better than I ever imagined he would be. I mean, this is like 85th, 90th, 95th percentile Jazz Chisholm, I think. And it's really cool that the Yankees unlocked that.
He's always had a high ceiling. I mean, like you said, when it wasn't a full season, right? But that was 22, right?
22.
When he went on that like 860 OPS, something
Yeah.
like that run, right? Yeah. I mean, he was always touted to be really great. And I think some injuries and playing in a crappy area and dynamic, and I don't think anything was going right for Jazz.
Having
where
to
he
play
was
center field.
Yeah, just everything wasn't set up for him to be good, And I think being with the Yankees now, I don't even changed that much, or we're getting some kind of crazy other like outlier performance. I think this is kind of just who he is now playing for the Yankees.
And I think that rules.
Yeah.
Do you have any comments on DJ LeMahieu's 327 xwOBA?
I don't know. I don't know if I have comments
I don't
on
either.
It. I think we just need more. We need more sample still. He has done, like, there have been these moments, and we hit a home run. Was it last night? He hit the home run, right?
Yep.
Where he'll take a swing, and it's like a flashback in my brain really quick to like 2019 DJ. It happens where it's just like, wait, what was that? Like that came out of nowhere. You just drilled a ball to right field that just went over the fence. I mean, like and he even had another one that got caught. I think he hit it around 100, but it was that same kind of swing. And I mean, if there's an outside shot he could have around a league average WRC plus, that's awesome. I still think he should probably be playing third base. I really wish somebody in the media had pushed Boone more on what the heck the idea is there.
Is it like a tacit admission that he doesn't have the arm to play third base?
It must be, but there's never been an issue for him at third with the arm before that I'm aware of. He's had good OAA there before, and I don't.
And it's brutal because we've seen already a number of times
the range, man,
where his lack of mobility has become a huge issue.
And Jazz is super athletic, and it was really nice having him. I mean, that's the thing is we're kind of back to. Not back. We're even worse than Gleyber.
It's way worse. Yeah.
Worse range than Gleyber. Maybe more consistency, I guess, or something. But he's not getting to balls. There are certain balls like off the bat. I'm like, okay, ground ball, and then it just gets through, and you're like, oh god, this is probably what it looked like watching Jeter. I mean, it was. I watched it, but
you remember that song by The Script, "The Man Who Can't Be Moved"?
No, I don't.
It's DJ LeMahieu.
Okay, sounds about right.
I gotta be honest, Steve, I didn't want to air this out on the podcast, but like, I think I need you to go relive the years like 2008 to 2015, but like pay attention to what was going on in the world as opposed to like listening to folk music and playing proto MLB The Show.
I didn't even play back then. No, I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I've just never been a popular music guy. It's just not my thing. I don't know what else to say. I understand why that seems strange, but
it's just like, it's not even this.
You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
This is taking such a turn. It's not even being a popular music guy. It's being aware of popular music at all.
I mean, look, if you played these songs, I would probably go, yeah, I've heard that. Maybe I could even sing along, but I'm not going to know it by name. I'm not going to know the artist's name. So saying the words will mean nothing to me. I would have to hear the song. Because, I went to parties in college and I listened to other people's music all the time. So I probably heard this stuff. I just don't know the name.
This is like, if I were making like a pros and cons list about the co-hosts of Yankees Files, a big con for Steve would be like, gets none of my non-baseball references.
Well, drop any other. You got movie references, TV show. I'm on board with everything else. It's really just
no. You are good otherwise, but it's those that are tough.
You like your little weird lyrical jokes and references.
Yeah, I do.
I can't be there.
You know who's great for those? Because I've been making them to him for like 18 years.
Whipple? Yeah. Well, you know what, man? I'm not Whipple.
You're not, and you never will be.
Nope. Nope. You brought on #Steve, and now I'm here.
That's true. And hashtags, people are loving hashtag Steve, by the way. People are loving 30 War Summer, which the Yankees did some damage to with their pitching performances over the weekend.
Indeed, they did.
Um,
Do you want to get into that?
I don't want to get into that yet because I think we've probably talked not quite enough about Jasson Dominguez.
It hasn't been going so great recently.
It hasn't been going so great recently, but Jasson Dominguez still has a 108 WRC plus on the season and is on pace for like a little more than, or, you know, I don't know, 2-ish WAR.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, that is a successful Jasson Dominguez season this year relative to our expectations, or my expectations. And I think he's also shown at various times, though maybe not for extended periods, some things on offense that we should really like. I mean, obviously the walk rate is the biggest one.
Yeah, it's huge.
But I think, like, it's really cool that we can be sitting here worried that Jasson Dominguez is in a slump and then look up and realize that for the year, in spite of everything that's happened to him right-handed, in spite of all the struggles, in spite of whatever, he's above a league average hitter.
Yeah.
Like, that is so good. And I think maybe it's gotten lost in the Anthony Volpe and the Ben Rice and the Aaron Judge of it all, but, like, Jasson Dominguez not being a black hole in this lineup is really valuable when you think about what the Yankees have put out in the outfield at various times in recent years. Absolutely. So it's a major upgrade over that. And then for him to be an above average hitter is terrific. And I just don't know if that's getting sufficient attention, and I would like to call attention to it because I'm really pleased with what Jasson Dominguez has done. One guy who's overshadowed that is Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, Cody's been great. Really great now for an extended period too, really. But to Jasson, that is interesting, and I think part of it, there's two things I think of when I think of Jasson Dominguez and why people I think there's starting to be some rumblings of dissatisfaction with him that I do agree are absurd in the larger picture of things. But one is that he doesn't necessarily need to play, right? That we have guys that can play, right? So it's not like we don't have anybody else in there, but we had to bring up the rookie, and he's actually doing a fair job. It's like, no, we could just play Grisham and Bellinger and Rice every game and not play Jasson Dominguez.
That's a fair point.
The other one is that and it's not fair totally because it happened, but he had 3 home runs in one game, and that is booing the hell out of his line. It really is. It's true that it is. He did it against the Athletics, and yeah, there's one game where a massive chunk of his value is kind of coming from right now, and you know, he did it. He hit those 3 home runs.
Can't take those away.
You can't. But it's not.
People say education is the one thing they can never take away from you. They forget about your 3 home run game in Sacramento.
So whether fair or not, I think people are also looking at that and saying, yeah, outside of that, though, you've been a below league average hitter and you don't play good defense. And, you know, so I understand the frustrations, but I'm mostly with you that it's been good overall. And there's so many promising signs. His walk rate gives him such a high floor. Yeah. That's one of the things I love about a prospect that walks when he comes up to the majors, is because you're getting on base somehow. Prevents those like deep slumps where you're just not doing anything to help the team. And really, if he could just hit left-handed pitching a little bit, he'd be pretty awesome. Damn good. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, Cody Bellinger. Yeah, that's just been a lot of fun. I think he's still rocking over a 900 OPS since 420.
Yeah, it's just barely, but he's still there. 297, 376, 529 for a 154 WRC plus since 420. Batting average on balls in play in that time, 297. So it's not crazy BABIP, Cody.
He's actually gotten some unlucky stuff going on for him. Yeah.
10 doubles and 8 home runs in that time. One thing that I didn't realize, has walked basically as much as he struck out. 11.2% walk rate, 11.8% strikeout rate.
I was just going to say that. He has almost done, I think he has like 2 more strikeouts than walks or some ridiculous thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is 21 strikeouts and 20 walks. And with 1 intentional walk, so.
Yeah, I mean, holy cow. Honestly, I mean, that has just been, that's been fantastic. And that is not, well, I'm done saying it. It's not 2019 Cody. It's just it's like a souped up version of the version that he turned into with the Cubs. This is just like an amped up version of what he was doing with the Cubs the last 2 years.
And it
it's
was
been
not
awesome.
obvious a month into the season or 3 weeks into the season or whatever that he was capable of this. Like,
No,
there
I
was, the injury, the back thing, there was, whatever weird stuff. But like, I don't think it's been obvious at any point in the last 3 years that with a 297 BABIP, Cody Bellinger could have a 900 OPS.
No, that's true. Yeah, no, I can't say that. The only thing that when I was looking, because I had some debates with smart people on Twitter, not
Yeah.
you know, not just, who were very anti Cody Bellinger and saying, no, I think he's shot, and he wasn't pulling anything that first
Yes.
month. And yeah, that's bad, right? But if you look at his career, no matter whether he's been good or bad or wherever he's been,
He's
dude
pulled the
pulls
ball.
baseballs. He always does. That's what he does. So my point of view was until he starts doing that and then still sucks,
You can't
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see what happens. And then he started pulling balls and they going over the fence. And and he's been really great. So yeah, nothing but positive things. Really, there's still some things I don't like about Cody Bellinger. Honestly, he avoid strikeouts to the extent that he'll roll over on bad contact and pop out and swing at dumb pitches occasionally. But if that's what has to happen for him to put up the line that he's doing, I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, there are a lot of good things to highlight. We'll probably go into an entire episode about Aaron Judge at some point. So man,
it's actually really interesting because his ex WOBA, I'm going to say WOBA, ex WOBA is below last year's right now. It's actually
is. Yeah, it's 473. It was 479 last year.
Yeah, which is interesting. I mean, he's just I think he's rocking the highest BABIP of all time, and that's
of all time, which is 468.
Yeah, that's not an exaggeration. Literally, if the season ended, the highest BABIP ever recorded.
Yeah.
And with a guy like Aaron Judge, we can talk about when you hit the ball that hard, you make your own luck to an extent. So he's going to have high BABIPs. That's normal. But he
has a 353 career BABIP.
Yeah, this is something else, though.
He's got a 246 WRC plus.
It's just goofy, man. I mean, I think he's on pace for like 13, 14 WAR right now. Like, this is Babe Ruth
he's
stuff.
So 64 games, 5.7 WAR. Yeah, so you could, it would be like 13 probably, which is just unbelievable.
So ridiculous.
I don't think he can keep this pace up, obviously, but it's like it could very easily end up being a better season, at least offensively, than last year. And I didn't think that was possible. And last year was a better offensive season than 2022, which I didn't think was possible. Like it's
nuts.
There's just quite literally nobody like him.
No.
Like
he
people
just needs to avoid the slump. If he has some month where he just sucks for a second, that'll kill this whole historic season level. He needs to remain. His slumps need to be like a 900 OPS for like a couple weeks or something.
Yeah,
that's got to be it. Yeah.
He's unbelievable, and
every time you think he's cooling off, he has a 2 home run game or something.
And every time you think he peaked, he has a better season the next year. It's
just nuts.
It's incredible, and like. The thing with Aaron Judge, and this is not dissimilar to the way I was talking about Jasson Dominguez, is like, if Aaron Judge's peak had been 2017 and Aaron Judge stable was like 2019 or 2021 Aaron Judge, you'd be like, you know what? That's a really great player to have developed.
Yep, really good.
Like
player.
You basically developed Kyle Tucker at that point.
One
and you're really happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
And instead, he has just gotten better and better and better. And I like every time I have the opportunity to remind people of this, I feel like I do. It doesn't matter anymore that you didn't get to watch Mickey Mantle or that you didn't get to watch Babe Ruth.
You're doing it.
This is what it was like.
Yep.
You don't have to wonder. You're experiencing it right now. And that is amazing. And we are so lucky to be experiencing that. And I honestly think that's one of the things that gets to me most about the doomer way of being a Yankee fan is like, there's so much that you ought to be appreciating. Think of what Garrett Cole has done in his time as a Yankee and the list he's put himself on. Think of what Aaron Judge is doing. Like, it's just such a shame that there are people who have this joyless experience with baseball. And I legitimately feel bad for them because if you can't watch Aaron Judge and absolutely love what you're seeing, like, why are you doing it? They're the tweets that are like, thank you to Aaron Judge for his loyalty to the Yankees, but he's so unclutch. Like, what are we?
It's
We
just not
gotta.
even.
There's no way. That's no way to live. It's no way to live.
I honestly don't even believe those people most of the
I
time.
don't either.
Man. I think really Twitter's just turned into this ecosystem of like you just say shit because people are going to respond and you know it's going to be a whole thing. And like I don't know. I think some people half believe it and just kind of do it because they're mad and they just take it out on throwing. Like it's just this whole like it's just a whole psychological fest. You could do so much Freudian stuff based on how people tweet about the Yankees, man. Like it's
for sure.
It's so much insecurity and like deep-seated rage about their own existence and like other things going on that have nothing to do with the Yankees, honestly.
That's true.
So yeah, and I mean, look, man, fans will not stop with this stuff. That any of this doom, whether it be Aaron Boone or not appreciating Judge enough or whatever, until they win a World Series. It's just the way it is. How many years does that buy them after that happens? I don't know, maybe one. But I mean, still, there will not be a moment of zen amongst the fan base until they just win a damn World Series, whether that's fair or not. That's just how it is. And I've accepted that. They're never going to be happy until that happens.
Yeah, you unfortunately are right about that. So now should we talk about the reason people think the season is over, which is that they pitched badly for 3 games?
Yeah, I mean, they had just pitched so well. Like, why are we thinking that this is the end times now? I don't really. Ryan Yarborough, who he'd been fun. He got lit up. Okay.
Yeah, what a surprise that a guy who throws 86 got hit hard for a day.
I've been enjoying him, and I think there are reasons why. Even still, that Yarborough can be really good, be useful, be a good pitcher.
Totally.
But yeah, that's not like, oh, how did that happen? Will Warren's a rookie who wasn't supposed to be here. Really plus stuff, but he's shown he can be a little finicky.
Had some poorly timed walks. He was really good until then.
He was, and they won that game. So
yeah, and Carlos Rodon basically had the same start as Warren. Like he was cruising, then he had some poorly timed walks.
He was cruising. I think the only difference, like I think
Rodon wasn't as sharp in the beginning of the game.
No, Warren looked nasty to start the game, and I don't know what the hell it was. And he explained it in the post game because they were saying, well, why didn't you just attack? And he said, I should have attacked more, but I really just lost my timing. Like, and that's why I was telling people on Twitter, he had like 15, I think it was 12 straight fastballs with Wells setting up right down the middle. And he literally could not throw it over the plate. It was like he wasn't even trying to nibble anymore. He just physically lost the ability to throw a pitch for a strike. And not that that's acceptable or anything, but like
it happens. It's a baseball thing that happens.
And
it wasn't strategy. It wasn't approach. No. It just.
I think he's learned his lesson about nibbling and stuff.
It seems that way.
And I don't think that was a manifestation of him going back to nibbling. I truly think his mechanics just got thrown off for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was a long half inning or something. I don't know, but that happened. Yeah, Rodon looked right from the get-go. I was like, oh man, like he was all over the place. He had some good sinkers to Devers and Duran that looked good, but then to the righties, it was like the changeup was like floating up out of the zone and he couldn't spot anything. And I was like, man, if they just start taking pitches, this is going to get dicey.
And that's what happened.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't walk guys with a 3% walk rate.
I don't think he meant to.
Word to the wise.
I don't think so couldn't throw strikes. I really think I don't think he had any idea where the ball was going that night. Yeah. And it happens, man. It happens.
Sometimes the bullpen melts down.
The bullpen is an area that is interesting. I still like the bullpen. I think it's good. I think we're feeling the absence of Weaver, because it pushes everybody up.
For sure.
So you don't have Leiter as often, or like Leiter was the guy coming in those more middle innings. Now he's been moved up to more of a setup role. Cruz coming off of injury, I think he's been all right, but
I think he'll get it back.
Command's been a little all over the place. Loizaga concerning.
Yeah, it's weird that he gets hit hard now.
Yeah, his whole thing was always absurdly weak contact, not just like weak, like the weakest of the weak contact.
Yeah,
and he did not allow home runs.
Even in the game on Friday, like that ground ball that he fielded for the 3rd out of the 8th was like 110 miles an hour.
They're squaring it up, man. It's I don't know why. Like I've been looking at it. Yeah, the velo is not quite what it was but it's not like it's bad.
Yeah, it's not like he's not throwing hard.
No, and the characteristics of the sinker look about the same. The changeup looks good. Curveball looks like I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe the league has just adjusted more. It's always possible. He's still pitching like it's 2022 or something. Like I don't know. But yeah, it's a little concerning.
Yeah. Were you also in an exchange about if the Yankees need a flamethrower in the bullpen?
I was, yeah, because I get this arbitrary stuff, man, where people are like the Yankees need a bullpen arm that throws hard, and I'm like, okay, well, what the Yankees need is a good bullpen arm. And then
Yeah,
the response to that was, well, the guys that throw hard can get away with more mistakes. I'm like, yeah, sure, but there are a lot of bad hard throwers out there. I don't want a bad
exactly.
pitcher arbitrarily just because he throws hard. That doesn't mean anything. If throwing hard makes you a good pitcher, then I want you because you're good, not
Yeah.
because you throw hard. So
It's also
I don't
like
know.
last year, it felt like the calls for a guy who throws hard in the bullpen were coming in response to the bullpen not striking a ton of guys out.
Yeah,
I don't know how to tell the internet this, but the Yankees bullpen is second in reliever strikeout rate
they strike
at
out a lot of people.
25.7%. Um, and they're fourth in strikeout minus walk rate at 16.6%. So like,
That is the other. What they need is a guy that doesn't throw balls as much. They need
well,
strike throwers, man. that's
it's
what
funny because
need.
they do need strike throwers and still they're like fourth in strikeout minus walk
It's
rate.
because they're striking out a lot.
But they're like
I don't think their walk rate's
they,
terrible, but I think they're
they
more
have
middle of the pack walk.
they have the
right?
ninth highest walk rate, but they're very close to being league average.
Sure. I think it's just that has been. Is that just the bullpen or is that the starting rotation?
That's the bullpen.
That's just the bullpen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if the starting rotation might not even weigh that down that much, really, when you consider Fried is in there. Yarbrough, I don't know. I guess Warren and Rodon might walk people.
Oh, sorry. Actually, that was the filter had reset.
Oh, that was the whole team.
Yeah. So the Yankees have the fourth highest strikeout rate from the bullpen, the sixth best strikeout minus walk rate. So the starters make it a little bit better.
So where's the walk rate just for the bullpen then?
Oh, sorry. I didn't look at that part. The walk rate just for the bullpen is eighth highest. Yeah, so the starters make it a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want someone that throws strikes. I don't know one of the guys who's throwing 90-mile-an-hour strikes. Yeah, ideally, what do I want? A guy who throws 102 strikes all the time with nasty stuff. Yeah, of course, that's what I want. That'd be fantastic. I don't think that person exists. Even Mason Miller hasn't been doing that well this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that.
And it's also like they don't have a flamethrower, but they also don't lack diversity in looks.
Yeah.
Like you can throw Tim Hill and then Jonathan Loaizaga and then Devin Williams. Like those are three very different at bats.
Yeah. And it's funny, I think a lot of the people that are clamoring for high velo arbitrarily love Luke Weaver. They miss Luke Weaver. And I'm like, well, then you're at crossroads.
Exactly. Yeah, because Luke Weaver throws as hard as Mark Leiter.
A little harder, probably. But
I don't know. Mark Leiter's been thrown harder
I'm
now.
not sure. I'm not sure this year. But last year, that wasn't even close.
Last year was not true.
Yeah. But yeah, it's silly. I mean, sure, if they can get who are they? That's the funny thing. Who are they talking about? Give me a name of somebody that you would want the Yankees to have, even if it's not a reasonable acquisition. Like, who are you talking about that throws really hard, that's really good, that you want on the Yankees? Because I don't even know who these people necessarily are at this point. There are good hard throwers out there, certainly. But
yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Who is it? Someone keeps bringing up Seth Halverson, the guy from the Rockies who throws crazy hard.
He throws hard. He's not that good though. He's pitching in Colorado a lot.
He doesn't strike guys out.
He's a reclamation.
He walks a ton of people.
Yeah. There is a good Colorado bullpen arm who I have actually wanted for the last 2 years before he got good, and that's Jake Bird, who is now good.
Oh, yeah. You have been a Jake Bird guy.
I love Jake Bird. MLB The Show legend Jake Bird. I've always wanted him.
Oh, is that how you discovered him?
Yeah, he has crazy stuff on MLB The Show. So I went and looked him up in real life, and I'm like, why aren't you good? Because your stuff actually is really good. Like, I was looking at all of the movement on everything he gets. I'm like, maybe it's just Colorado. And then this year, he's just been insane. It's like, yeah, I always knew, man.
I guess Seth Halverson strikes out righties. But, yeah, like, Abner Uribe, high velo, lots of strikeouts. I don't know what the Brewers' plans are. Like, I suppose they're not making the playoffs. I don't know.
I don't even know where they're at right now. Yeah.
The Brewers they're 35-31, but it's like you probably have to, if you're in the NL Central, you probably have to win the division to make the playoffs.
Right.
They're behind
but
St.
they're
Louis.
with the Cubs, though, man. The Cubs have like the best everything right now. So.
Exactly. So I think given the Cubs, it makes it really tough, and they're behind St. Louis as well. Jose Alvarado. I feel like we know what Jose Alvarado is.
Suspended. He got suspended.
He did get suspended. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like a bunch of guys who aren't going anywhere. Palencia, Helsley, Munoz, Aroldis Chapman. I'm sure the Yankees would love him back.
Helsley could theoretically move if the Cardinals. I don't believe in the Cardinals. I gotta be completely frank.
Yeah, but if the Cardinals play well enough that the Cardinals believe in the Cardinals, which like we're not that far off. Mason Montgomery, obviously the Yankees aren't going to get. He hasn't been good. Like, yeah, it's weird. Camilo Doval's good again, but like, so are the Giants. Robert Suarez is really good. The Giants are good.
Yeah.
There's a guy on the Royals named Steven Cruz who I've never heard of who throws hard.
I don't know him.
And doesn't strike guys out. So he's one of those weird, like, who's the guy from the Diamondbacks who throws crazy hard? Martinez.
Oh yeah, Justin Martinez.
Yeah, he's it's like that where it's like, or no, I really think of Ben Joyce, I guess, but I think Martinez kind of has the same thing where it's like you throw so hard, why don't you miss bats? So anyway, to your point, you know, you can go down the list. It's not like there's an obvious guy to go get.
No, it's just it almost reminds me of the conversation of that we need more lefties.
Yeah,
it's like no, we just need more.
Just arbitrarily need more lefties. Yeah,
no, man, we just need hitters that are good. That hit good. Like that.
Love when a guy hits good.
Hit good.
If he's a good hitter, why don't he hit good?
Well,
Isn't that a thing? Isn't that from something?
I don't know. It could be. Sounds like it should be.
I think that it might be in like the Moneyball scout scene or something.
Okay. If he's a good hitter, why don't he hit good?
All right. So the Yankees have. I'm kind of tired of the Monday off day into.
I think it's gone now. Right?
6 games in a row.
I don't think that's repeated again.
Yeah, I don't like it.
We're not doing Sunday night freaking baseball again for a while. I'm sure we have another one this year.
Thank goodness, because they're playing the Red Sox again on Sunday. So yeah, it's 3 in Kansas City, 3 in Boston, and then go home to host the Angels.
Yeah, Angels, Baltimore, Cincinnati. It's really not a terrible stretch coming up, to be honest with you. No.
You want to roll into confidence? How are you feeling about this team? You totally it's shaken, it's destroyed because of the events of the last few days?
I think I'm at like a 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, it's just such a shame. It's such a shame that the season's over. This is going to be our last podcast of the year.
I came into that Red Sox series pushing a 9, and now, 2 or 3, something like that. They've really proven. Tough. Well, one thing, Boone proved he's not a worthy manager.
He's a loser. Yeah. We all know that.
He can't handle it. It's two of the 3 biggest series now. He loses them every year. Yep. He doesn't know how to manage a bullpen.
He can't win the big games. Alex Cora manages circles around him.
Oh man, it's hard for me to even do it in jest. Yeah. Honestly, like it makes me want to vomit. No, I think I'm wherever I was. I'm not changing. 8.6, 8.7.
Yeah,
where the heck I was at. Yeah.
I'm staying there too. I'd like more pitchers to be healthy. Like if you can give me Luis Heel and Luke Weaver, I'd gladly accept them. But
yeah, certainly. I'm a little concerned about the pitching we're about to face in KC, because
they're getting Bubic and Lugo, right?
Bubic, Lugo, and then this weirdo Noah Cameron, who has gotten off to this very strange, amazing start, but also not really. Like he's not getting any strikeouts, but he's got like a .8 whatever ERA.
Oh yeah, this guy's fake. He throws 92, and
he doesn't throw hard. Yeah. But it's just weird enough, and it's had success enough. You never know. I don't know.
148 BABIP on 38.6 ground ball. No.
It's fake.
It's
fake.
Fake.
But who knows how long the fakery
remain?
Lasts.
Yeah,
exactly.
It might remain. Yeah. Okay. Well.
So I don't think he's actually good, but it could be problematic for a game. And then Bubic is just, I don't even understand.
Bubic is so good.
So good.
It's crazy.
I would love to have Bubic.
I'm so mad that the Royals keep doing this. It's like every year the Royals just invent a new guy who is so good.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, even just like Lugo and Waka being really good is like, what the hell?
Yeah,
man?
after they traded Aroldis Chapman for Cole Reagans and
Reagans, man. Reagans was just like a throwaway piece almost from Texas. That makes no sense. He's so good. They have a really good rotation.
Yeah,
man.
And nothing else.
They
They have a
can't
really
hit.
good rotation, Bobby Witt, and nothing else.
And we're in KC, right? So okay.
Yes.
So yeah, it'll be really hard for KC to score against Fried, at least game one. So
Should be.
that should be good. But who else do we have? Warren and Schmidt. Is that right?
It is,
Or is it
going
Yarbrough,
to
Schmidt?
be Fried, Schmidt, and Warren, and then Yarbrough on Friday against
Against the Red
Crochet
Sox?
again.
You know, the Yankees hit Crochet. That's one of the most upsetting games for me, actually.
Yeah.
Not in a way that, like, again, that I'm pissed off, but just
You hit Crochet,
you did the
you wanna
hard
win.
thing.
Yeah.
You did the hard thing. And
Yeah.
I have talked so many times about how Yarbrough should be a guy that doesn't get blown up. That maybe best start doesn't get, and he just kind of did, but also he got so unlucky, man. His balls were going through everywhere. It's
tough.
It's brutal. But they hit him. They hit freaking Crochet.
They did. So
it's
do it again.
frustrating. Yeah, it's a little switch. They'll both pitch well now.
Well, Steve, any parting shots from you before we wrap this one up?
No. Yeah, it's time to get going on this one. But yeah, 8.6. Where are you at?
8.6.
Oh, you're the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
We're in lockstep.
I missed that.
People can keep up with everything we do at YankeesFiles.com. They can follow us on Twitter, where we are at YankeesFiles. If you want, you can like AI pictures of us where you put tinfoil hats on our heads. Apparently, that's a thing.
I didn't get a tinfoil hat. I didn't.
Yeah,
get
you
one.
did.
I did.
You didn't watch the video I sent? He tweeted like 10 pictures of you with a tinfoil hat.
Oh no, I didn't see. You have to send that to me. I didn't see it.
Yeah. So don't do that. Actually, it's weird.
Yeah, please. That's creepy as hell.
Evidence of probably some other unhealthy things in your life. Anyway,
most likely.
You can follow us on Twitter. We're at Yankees Files. Podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts, with the added bonus of video. If you're listening on Spotify, we'll help you rate, review, subscribe, give it 5 stars, download it, whatever the appropriate rating system is to show your approval on whatever platform you use. If you don't like it, we hope that you just listen to it and juice our numbers. The full video podcast is also available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@crosstownsports. We'll be back similar time, similar place next week. Actually, probably recording Sunday night if we can swing it. And until then, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
And I say, hey, yeah.